All right, welcome to my channel where I talk about the weekly money line picks each week. So this is my website. I'm going to have it link in the chat. I'm now 59% on the year, 34-14. Last week was actually my worst week of the season, 10-6. Coming off a strong week of 13-3. I just quickly talked through the losses. Panthers, I had a feeling they were going to win, even though I chose the Falcons. I thought the Panthers were the better team, but the Falcons were playing better. Divisional games, you never know, they blew them out. Browns, Packers, nobody could have seen that coming. So kudos to the Browns defense there. Don't think the Packers are going to be really struggling for the rest of the year after that. Vikings, Bengals shocked me a little bit. Carson Wentz was good. I assumed he'd be good. I was just disappointed at how poorly Jake Browning played. So clearly the Vikings are a team not to mess with. Probably better without J.J. McCarthy. Cowboys, Bears, that surprised me. That was one of my, I think that might have been one of my best bets last week.
I guess Ben Johnson is better at calling plays than I expected,
And the Cowboys defense is worse than I expected, so that game was never close. Now, 49ers, Cardinals. Took the Cardinals just because I didn't think the Niners could get it done without Brock Purdy. Clearly, the Cardinals are not that good, and the 49ers are still a good team without Purdy, and I think he returns this week, so that's good for them. And then Lions, Ravens, that was, I think that might show that now that this has happened to the Ravens against the Bills and now against the Lions, that maybe the Ravens are not as good as they've been in previous years. And they've never been great in the playoffs, but even the regular season, they're not showing up. They're not being themselves. So kudos to the Lions. They're a better team than even I expected with all the talent they have. So good job to them. As far as my picks for this week, these are my free picks that I always have posted on my website. I'll just quickly go through the slates and mainly just talk about the big games. So Seahawks versus Cardinals. This is going to be a close one, Thursday night football. I'm going to be going with the Seahawks here. They've just played better against the same teams that the Cardinals have played. And I just think they have a better overall sound unit. Vikings, I'm going to be taking them over the Steelers. I think with Carson Wentz, the Steelers defense, who has a lot of playmakers but has not been able to stop offenses, is really going to struggle there. Everyone will pick the Chargers over the Giants. Commanders, I choose over the Falcons, especially with Jaden Daniels. But even if he doesn't come back, I think they're going to get the win there. They're just playing better even without Jaden Daniels last week. They put up a lot of points. Eagles versus Bucks. This one's going to be closer than I think most people think. I could definitely see the Bucks winning this game. I think they beat Eagles like 6 of the last 7 times they played. I think not having Mike Evans makes a big difference. I know they're getting Godwin back, but I'm still going to have to go with the Eagles here. Just kind of playing with that magic like the Chiefs kind of did last season, that blocked punt to win it all for the against the Rams last week, as I had predicted, so good for them. Patriots over Panthers. I think the Panthers showed they're not as bad as everyone expects, but I trust the Patriots coaching. I trust Drake May. I think they're too sound of a team in all 3 phases to not be able to beat the Panthers. Titans, Texans, obviously going with the Texans there. Browns line is obviously going with the Lions. Bills, we don't even have to talk about. Niners, I struggled with this one. I do think Brock Purdy's going to be back, and that'll make them better than the Jaguars. If it's Mac Jones, I go with the Jaguars. Colts, Rams. This one, I really wanted to pick the Colts. Got to go with the experience of Matthew Stafford. Not sure the Colts have played a defense as good as the Rams yet. So we'll see if they can do this. They're a legitimate threat. Bears, Raiders, just based off of last week's performance, the Bears are on the up. The Raiders are on the down, or however you want to say that, on the rise. The other one's falling. Ravens, Chiefs. Chiefs, I do not think are a good team. They haven't played great. Only win is against a bad Giants team. I think the Ravens could handle them coming off that embarrassing loss to the Lions, even in Arrowhead, and it'll show that the Chiefs are not the same team that they used to be. At least until they get Rashee Rice back, they can't do anything offensively, and they can't run the ball. So that is what it is. Packers obviously going to beat the Cowboys. Michael Parsons is going to have 10 sacks. Jets, Dolphins. If Justin Fields is back, Jets win this game. They're a better overall sound team, better defense, better special teams. I don't believe in Tua. I don't believe in the Dolphins offense right now. And then Bengals, Broncos, that's obviously going to be the Broncos. If you subscribe, you can get my exclusive picks. I give my best bets for the week, the teams that I feel have the best chance to win. I'll also give my parlay for the week. Usually I choose about 4 or 5 games with pretty good odds. So subscribe there for $20 and you get all of that.